Well, hey there, and welcome to episode number 22 of our Let's Play series. Belmathuin here. Now, in the last episode, we got some concrete conversion going. We also got some framing of the house done, and I took the liberties of going ahead and finishing off the framing. Now, wait a second. Hold on. It looks like I might have miscounted a little bit over there. Unless it's just the angle we're looking at. We may have to go check that out. Or maybe it's just because the middle ones had to be wider. I will have to investigate that. But I did tear down the little bit we built over there, and instead of just one wide at the entrance, I decided to make it 3 wide. So I extended the entire building 3 sections that way. It gives us a little bit more space and gives us an opportunity to make more of a grand entrance with stairways going up and down and all that stuff. So let's take a look over here. I just want to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so those are good. Now, because of the angle bits there, we do end up with an uneven space in the back, which should... Okay, so those uneven spaces are centered over here, kind of where the old center was. I need to move that over. So let's do that first of all before I forget. I did have to knock quite a bit of that hill down and then terraform it, as well as terraforming some of this back here, and along on that side I had to take out a bit of a hill. But I think I terraformed it so it looks natural. Okay, let's see. Where are we going to be? So we want to turn this one back into just 5. We'll just do this. So 1, 2. Wow, that's quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that right there. So we'll want to move that there. We will want to get rid of that. Let's stick this one back. And we'll center that one. Now let's go collect some of our wood. It's becoming precious with all the wood we're using. Every little bit becomes precious. Actually, okay, that works. And so where would the center be? Actually, let's find out exactly where it is. I guess I'll take this opportunity to ask, how's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's having a good Monday. Or no, it's Tuesday now. Hope everybody's having a good one. We got a little bit of a heat wave going on here. It's a little humid, but you know, as long as we don't have to say the S word, 4-letter S word in New York is snow. That's the most offensive thing you can say in New York State. There's a couple people that love it, but most of those people own snowmobiles. Everybody else hates it. Okay, so this is the center. Right there. So how do we center this? Now, let's just take this chunk right out. Because we may end up with just a larger panel back here. Yeah, I don't need this either. Okay, so let's go up. And we'll do it right here. I think that'll do it. And then, so that's going to be the center. So let's go there and there. One, two, that's 3, 4, 5. Okay, so, well, we'll do one filler here. Just to kind of get a feel for what it's going to look like. And we're also going to want to sleep. Come on. 3, 2, 1, go. No. 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. Now once we get this framing, I've got some project chests. And we're gonna get started on these walls. Gonna fill a little bit of them in. So if I do go up this way, then I'll also need to go out. 1. Actually, you know what? I got an axe that goes through, chops through this stuff like butter. I'm just gonna go ahead and fill it in, see what it looks like. Okay, so I suppose we could work with that. We could work with that. We could either do this, our normal spacer there and something different in there, or we could just chop these two pillars down and have a 5 wide space in there. And that may be what we end up doing. But for now, I'm going to say that's good enough. Do I have a torch up there? That could be a very important question come nightfall. Let's stick one there. There is one there. And we'll stick one there. Alright, I think we're going to start right on this wall back here. Excuse me. Let's see, let's get a little bit of glass. Let's stick away that stuff. Actually, we'll keep one stack each out. Yeah, I think that'll work. Green concrete. We'll get a couple stacks of the powder, a couple stacks of the concrete itself. And let's see, we won't need the axe quite as much. We're going to need our silk touch, is what we're going to be using for most everything else now. Pick that back up, and I think what we want to do, I also miscounted in the last episode. Yeah, it happens. I counted up for the first one I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I started building off of that. I needed 5 empty spaces, so I had to come back and raise all these bars up one. That's one of those mistakes that isn't very fun. So let's see. Actually, you know what? We're going to start right next to the door. Yeah, let's do that. Because I have a pattern that I want to include in this. And each one of these panels is going to have a window. And there's going to be one changing aspect in each window. So let's go. We'll start straight up and down. Yeah. And after I get sea lanterns, that center block right there is going to be a sea lantern in each one of these panels. This curved one, I'm going to make that all glass. I almost might want to use panes for this, but I have silk touch. I can come back and adjust that later. The important thing is just to get progress made and get myself more and more excited about this. Yep, so we're going to go like that for the diagonals. And in this one, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it should be 5 up. Yep, 5, then 6, then 7. So let's see. No. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. So I think we're gonna go, and then 1, 2, 3. Do I like that, or do I want that down one more? Let's go. So we want to. Yeah, let's go. Go ahead and dig this out. We're just going to start fresh. So 1 for the base, and then 1, 2 gets us to the center of the panels. Then that's going to be a sea lantern. I'm just putting glass there so it's a different thing. And 1, 2. Alright, and we'll have some like acacia stairs or fences or something in here. Something just to kind of set it apart. Maybe we do that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Yeah, we can do something with that. Yeah, I think that's going to work. So 1, 2, 3. Something to a placeholder for the sea lanterns, and then the rest of these powder. And then for this one, no. So this one, we're gonna take that straight up and down, and we're gonna tick it clockwise one way, clockwise from the outside. So this one should be like that, and that will be a sea lantern. And then 2, 3. All right. 1, 2, 3. And you can see how having such a large build broken down into smaller yep, that'll look good because that lines right up with the center. You can see how having some sort of repeatable pattern with slight changes can make a large build like this not so bad. So for this one, we're gonna go the next obvious spin would be like that, and then 1, 2, 3. We really do need to fairly soon get our hands on a monument and start a guardian farm. Now I've in survival dug out, oh god, must be 5 monuments by now, getting all of the water out of the perimeter, and one I even did like a 200 block diameter circle around it, like all of the water gone. I had to use some redstone flying machines to do it because sponges just weren't gonna cut it. And it's night. That took forever. But it did look really cool from the inside. I did the whole perimeter in glass. Like, I think I used cyan glass. Which took a lot of lapis. I ended up having to do a lot of trading with clerics. Rotten flesh with clerics to get lapis. Which, by the way, is one of the best ways to get glowstone. assuming that you have a pretty good source of rotten flesh and a couple of decent clerics. All right, so let's fill this in. And we want that going that way. So you can probably see the pattern already. Straight up and down. And it kind of ticks one block that way, and then ticks another block, and then ticks down, and the next one will be straight up and down. And I think it'll be significant improvement once we get the sea lanterns in. Let's fill this in while we're at it. 1, 2, 3. Placeholder. There we go. And then we'll fill in this corner real quick. And I'm hoping that a sea lantern there, and all like that all around, including probably one in the center up there. I'm hoping that's going to keep right next to the house lit up well enough that we won't have any mob spawns. Oh, and wherever the house ended up being over an air block, I kind of came in and did smooth stone. And I'm going to go through and texturize them with the cobblestone and mossy cobblestone. Maybe a little bit of regular stone in there. Let me show you that real quick while we run to the entrance so we can get inside. See, like right over here, I started it. This was all up in air blocks. And this corner I just kind of, made it into a foundation, a little bit of a crumbling foundation. Not too sprawled out, still kind of up and down, but staggered out a little bit for texture. And I'll probably do that everywhere that I have to, or everywhere that it looks like it needs it, all the way around, like all the way through here and that corner, up until, well, that section won't need it at all. So that'll be nice. Let's refill everything a little bit. Alright, so I can get in here. Yeah, you see the difference that makes? The contrast. I love this contrast. I think this is going to end up looking beautiful. Alright, so regular concrete. And I mean, you could technically fill your inventory with just the green concrete and go through, do all of those, and then come back and do the glass and the powder. Alright, so went like that, and then straight up and down. So now I want the left corner filled, right? Yeah. So we'll do, oh, no. Give me that back. Thank you. Alright, so straight, then up, then over one. Alright, perfect. And then this one's going to be straight across. It's not a complicated pattern, but on a large scale like this, it really does look nice. Next episode or two, we may go do the Guardian farm, because I would really like to be able to put the sea lanterns in right now. So there, then there, then there, then there. So this one's going to be on the bottom left now. then straight up and down for this panel. 2, 3. And then 4. One, 2, 3. Placeholder. And a couple more. Now, in the past for the Guardian farm, a couple of times I did Nembomb Guardian farm. It's kind of small and compact. Super effective though. And in fact, the latest version of it for I think the update 112. Let's do that. Yeah, I think the last version I did, I ended up having to use for the tank part of it, all redstone blocks. That was super expensive on the server. I dug out, like at Y level 11, I dug out my entire 300 by 300 block plot, plus standing there and looking up and hitting up as high as I could, like the entire thing. It was ridiculous how much mining I did to get the redstone blocks and everything else I needed. Ridiculous. Okay, so there, then there. Now it's starts there. And give me some glass. And then this one, it'll be, it'll be this corner. And 1, 2, 3. Placeholder, and give me a couple of those. Oop, I missed some spot. Don't want to do that. Alright, in a second here we're gonna take a step back. Yeah, I missed that one too. 1, 2, 3. Counting with Belmathuin for the win. Yeah, I missed quite a few of these. I'm still a little bit sick, mostly just in the nasal cavity, so I'm doing much better than I was. Now just imagine the center of each one of these windows has a bright pop of like the aqua white sea lantern, which also doubles as, you know, mob production. Just take a look at that, how much that pops. And you know what, maybe, just maybe, let's go, I don't want to take the top one, one more. So maybe for these ones, we will go Sea lantern, sea lantern. And then yeah, maybe that. Sea lantern, sea lantern. Maybe even those two sea lanterns as well. I don't know, we'll think about it. But I've got a zombie horde chasing me down, so I'm gonna go over here now. I've got my tail tucked between my legs and I'm running for everything I'm worth. There we go. Yeah. Pretty soon we're gonna go do that monument. Because we've been doing a lot of building in this series. I mean, it is a major part of Minecraft. And let me show you guys a trick. I know there's stuff spawned in here. There's a creeper. And I'd like it all to despawn without having to fight every bit of it. So I'm just gonna grab some rockets. And I'm gonna go like 200 blocks away. That's going to make everything there despawn. And I'll come back and there won't be any more creepers. Alright, so they should all be despawned now. And hopefully I'm coming back in the right direction. Well, there we are. And we should be safe to not worry about creepers now. Oh yeah. Now that green mixed in, breaking up the spruce. No! I want it on top. Alright, get rid of those. Give me some of that. Give me some of that. And give me those. And for whatever reason, I skipped this one. So let's go ahead. Now watch a creeper walk up behind me, blow me up, and prove me wrong. It could happen. And I wouldn't be super shocked by it. Give me that, and that. And this is the entrance. A little bit of door action right there. So we're gonna have to do something different with that panel. Yeah, there was a skelly. We knew there were a couple zombies. Luckily, I don't see any creepers. But that's kind of the thing with creepers. You don't usually see them coming. Alright, so let's go over here. 3. So I saw a few episodes of Cubfan135 and Iskall85's new design for a guardian farm, where they use bubble elevators. Hold on, is that what I wanted? That is not what I wanted. So there. This one needs to be straight across. So they used bubble elevators, which was really interesting. Because it looked like it could have been a pain in the butt to put together. And like the particle effect might actually be laggy as hell unless you turn all your particles off. Alright, so then there, then middle, then side. So next one is going to be bottom left. Let's try that. So I'm thinking about maybe doing a smaller version because it is a single player world of what they did. Because that sounds as much of a pain in the butt as it was, because they had constant guardians just killing them all the time when they got towards the end. I think they got like, I think they died over 100 times trying to remove the final pieces of dirt or whatever. I would like to do a smaller version maybe of that farm. So down there, because that would mean I could avoid the draining of the monument. I've done it like 5 times, and on the last time the last like 3 times I did it, I said, never again. I'm never doing this again. But I did it again. And I will probably do it again as well. But for a quick and dirty, you know, just for our immediate needs, I may go ahead and do a smaller version of the bubble elevator they did. I think all they did was replace the floor of the monument with soul sand and then mined out the monument above it, and they made kind of a water collection tray with flowing water right above the ocean using fence gates, and it kind of funneled the guardians up and then over to where they wanted them, and then down like a 42 block drop, which was pretty ingenious. And oh my god, it sounds so much better than draining all of that water, all that sand placing, and the not that one, and the placement of all the sponges. And even if you use like a redstone flying machine, is still that can't fit into the corners, and it just sounds so much better. So that is almost definitely going to be our first little bit of a farm. How much of this house why did I do that? So how much of this house do we want to get done before we switch over to that? Because the sea lanterns would be amazing. Because it's not difficult for me to leave my computer on. It's in my bedroom. I can leave it on overnight and let the AFK thing do its job, as long as I've got overflow protection and all that. Especially if the area is lit up well. Let's see. So where were we? We were there, then there, now bottom, now straight up and down. Like so. And fill in the gap. One more. Yeah, I know, not super exciting, but the reward for this is super exciting. The moment when you step back and take a look at it, it's one of those rare moments in Minecraft that makes all of it, all the hard work, getting the wood, getting the sand, getting the gravel, getting the dye, all of that makes that worthwhile. Alright. Yeah, I mean, just look at that. Now, this is going to be a dark oak floor, and that might be next on the agenda. So we've got half of this built. I'm thinking we're going to stop right. Oh, which way do I want to go? So straight up and down. Now I want to go lower right, I believe. Yeah, lower right. There. So we can fill in. No. So we can fill those in. And those. I thought about honestly just leaving that middle block empty for the time being, but for the ones that are straight up and down, that ain't gonna work. So yeah, I like that. I like that design. So now that we're at the center point, maybe we start on this side. I think I might actually have enough sand for, or enough concrete and powder for all of this. I definitely have enough glass. I think I cooked up like 3 shulkers full of sand into glass. Alright, so how did I start this one? Straight up and down, right? Yes. Yes. And then that top section, each one of those top sections is 5 wide. I'm seriously thinking that it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be a sea lantern. And it's nighttime again already. No. No, I was finally making progress. Alright, let's get over here. And hop in bed. I may go do the flyaway thing again, because I delayed a little bit too long on that, and there's probably some creepers nearby. There's definitely creepers. If you see zombies and skeletons burning up, then even if you don't see them, there's creepers around somewhere. Let's come up here and take a quick look before we fly away. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, like over on this side, like I said in the last episode, the spruce kind of blends into itself. But now that there's a definite block inside, giving it a little pop of color, not something that jumps out and bites you, but a little bit of color, and also separating all of the spruce, I think that looks great. In each of these panels, there is also going to be some, on the outside at least, there's going to be some like acacia fence posts, maybe some acacia slabs and stairs upside down, or you know, in some sort of decorative way in the corners, like there, and there. So there's gonna be even more pops of color, plus the sea lanterns. I mean, that's gonna be a not too busy but intricate design. Kind of a simple but intricate design, I think. And I think that's gonna work great. And then I believe I'm gonna do the roof, kind of pitching up that way and down on the sides, and then the middle is gonna pitch up coming this way. So the whole second story will be right on top of where we've built there, but it'll have like a slanted roof because it'll be right under the roof. And then this section will probably be like a grand foyer with staircases leading into the top section over here and over here. And I think I might have something special planned for the center. Yeah, I think I will have something special planned for the center. So, you know, I think I'm gonna cut here and go ahead and fill in the rest of these, so you don't have to watch me do the same thing again. And maybe when we come back, we'll look at the dark oak situation and maybe start getting the floor filled in there, because that will also help. Alright, we'll see you then. And we're back. So I thought I'd take you over to my tree farm. It's just my little... It's a very, very simple, kind of set out of the way type of tree farm with some creeper holes. Nothing in Minecraft would be complete without a few creeper holes. So over there, I went ahead and I finished all the walls, and I got some stuff started on the floor. I just thought, since I'm using all this wood, that I would show you where I'm getting it from. I have a couple lines of acacia, enough of a space so that the leaves won't touch, and then some oak with a plank. I believe that's 8 or 9 blocks, probably 9 blocks above where I'm planting, so that I only get regular sized trees, so I don't wind up with the super trees that are a hassle to cut down. Then I gave some more space, because I've got lots of space over here, and put in some dark oak. I spaced these ones out a little bit so that I get more saplings back. And then I have a decent sized line of birch. And then of course, you know, I've got tons of spruce wood to cut down. And this was a creeper hole. That's another creeper hole. Yeah, I've had some fun over here. There's probably a few more, but I thought I'd just show you that. It's something that you can do kind of off to the side of your base, and you know, you cut them all down, and usually, like if I'm cutting down the birch, by the time I'm done cutting down the dark oak afterwards, all of the birch leaves have popped and I can replant. And then by the time I've cut down the oak, the birch trees have started growing in, and some of these have started growing back in, or some of the saplings are ready for these. So it's kind of a system, but it's, you know, it's a very simple system. Let's see if we can float over here. Now I'm not going to take much more time on this episode, mostly because I'm just freaking exhausted from work, and also because I'm indecisive. My old lady's out playing bingo with her sister right now, so I don't have her to ask her opinion to get on this. But I don't know. What do you guys think? I was planning on dark oak planks because they're so rich, and we might need that richness to kind of counteract the acacia when we put acacia up. I think that mix that richness with the brightness of the acacia, I think that'll go well. That's spruce planks, and that's oak planks. I think I'm kind of leaning towards the oak planks being too bright. The spruce planks are a possibility. We're going to be putting sea lanterns or glowstone in the floor, which will also act as a ceiling for the floor below it. And we're going to be using carpet to kind of cover those up. So I've also got to consider what would look good with carpet. Like spaced out, I will say every, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe every 5 on a diagonal. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And with the sea lantern or glowstone, that should have that entire area lit up. And I just keep doing that. Now let's see how it looks. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. I want to say it looks better on the dark oak, and this just feels rich and luxurious and homey and comfortable. This is a little bit more stark, I guess you'd say. This is too bright. Yeah, this is way too bright. I wanted to play around with the stripped logs because we've got those. The jungle and the spruce didn't like. Oak, it's still too bright. But it's a possibility. I like the fact that you can see the logs. So it looks like log floor. But, oh, it's getting late. Alright, so I'm going to hurry up and wrap this up. And this is stripped dark oak. Now, I love the dark oak planks over there. But I'm undecided because I also like the stripped dark oak. And I like the parquet floor pattern that we could do with it. But the brown carpet really stands out on it. So I would have to maybe, I don't know, maybe recess the lights by one and put like a trap door over it. Those are possibilities. Uh-oh, creepers. And crap. There we go. So anyway, leave a suggestion down in the comments if you have an opinion on that. I'm gonna ask my old lady what she thinks too, because her opinion it weighs pretty heavily with me. She's got pretty good taste, but I'm leaning towards dark oak stripped logs or dark oak planks, I think. Maybe we'll end this with an aerial shot up here. Might also make a good thumbnail too. So I guess what I gotta say next is, if you enjoyed what you saw, like, comment, subscribe. And if you have an opinion on the floor, I know you can't really see it. You can kind of see the parquet floor, but I'm kind of leaning towards that, or that. And I gotta figure out some way to light up the floor. Yeah, I think oak is too bright. Birch would definitely be too bright. Spruce, it's kind of boring. So let me know what you think, and I guess until next episode, I hope everyone has a good night. Thanks for watching.